Hey guys, Lewis here, and I am back with XCOM Enemy Within. Now, I shouldn't say back with XCOM Enemy Within, but I did do some XCOM Enemy Unknown. Unfortunately, I put a stop to that series though, because the expansion had come out right after my last episode of XCOM. I think it was episode 10. But I'm glad to finally be able to doing some Enemy Within. Had a rough morning this morning, and I just want to sit down and do some recording for you guys. So let's jump right in. It's not gonna be too much of a tutorial on this one. As you can see, there's differences from Enemy Within to Enemy Unknown. There's more stuff to do. The UI is a little crisp, much more smooth. I'm gonna switch on the Mel tutorial because just in case if you guys want to know about it, we're gonna be playing normal again because we're normal people. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the game and jump right in. No, I do not want the tutorial because that limits me to the countries that I get to pick from. Now, I wanted to start Enemy Within when it came out, but unfortunately when it came out I had horrible FPS issues with this, and it was just so low of a frame rate that was close to impossible to recording, and even the ones that I did manage to record, I just ended up scrapping. New message here, unlike Arthur Clarke's. So, those who play with the devil's toys will be brought by degrees to wield his sword. Buckminster Fuller. Now that's a very creeping quote right there. I mean, the other quote from Arthur Clarke is terrifying in itself, but this one sent chills down my spine when I first read it. And the game is pretty much the same, but there's so much more to it, and it really feels revitalized. The game is so much more than what it was, and I love it. I have played the game through a couple of times on my own separate playthroughs on Classic and Impossible. I'm currently working on through those, but I'm going to be playing on normal because I can't be spending an hour long for each mission on Classic and Impossible for you guys. That's not very feasible. But anyway, you guys remember this cutscene. And we all know the rules. Do not touch anything green. And instead they touch the green jello. So another thing while this cutscene is going, I am bringing a lot of the viewers back in. As you know from the XCOM Enemy Unknown series, I tended to name the troops after my viewers and subscribers and a couple of my friends, and a few more of you have joined since then, so I'm looking forward to adding you to the roster, and I'll try not to get you killed.
This Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Oh, XCOM Enemy Within! I'm so excited. I mean, even after several playthroughs of this, I'm still excited to do this, especially when I'm recording it for you guys, because it's so much more fun involving you guys in this than I'm playing on a normal playthrough and going with whatever they give me. Alright, so let's go ahead and select our base location. Not much differences here. There are a couple of things I want to mention though. North America still has their air and space bonus for the 50% less to purchase, build, and maintain on aircraft and weaponry. Europe still has their expert knowledge with their laboratories and workshops at 50% less to build and maintain. Asia has all of their projects and foundry All of their projects and foundry and officer training schools cost 50% less, which is a nice bonus, but something I don't want to start off with. South America actually got a boost in their bonus because their We Have Ways, having their autopsy and interrogations are completed instantly, means that they can get gene mods right off the bat if they wanted to. But my personal favorite is Africa because having an increase of 30% for XCOM funding is very important in the early game. Later on in the game, money's not as important because you're bringing in a lot every month, but in the early game, it's crucial to get as much money as you can. So we're gonna go in Africa.
Listen up. We're going to be dropping you deep in the Nigerian interior for the next operation.
And this is the meld tutorial mission. Basically, meld's a new resource that we can utilize. It will be crucial for creating gene mods and mech troopers, and you'll be seeing that later on in the series. So we have Operation Blinding Shroud, a council mission out in Nigeria. So we have a standard neutralize all hostile targets and locate and secure the canisters for analysis at HQ. So another thing about the meld canisters is once you start up the mission, the meld canisters have a countdown until they self-destruct. If you don't get to it, well, then you lose that source of meld, and meld is really hard to come by later on. You want to get as much as you can, but it also means that I have to be a little more aggressive in my tactics to get every meld, all the meld canisters. As you can see, here's our meld canister right here. It actually has an infinite turn counter, so we don't have to worry about capturing that one, but I'll be grabbing that in a sec just so you guys can see what it's about. Hold on, I'm getting some lag here real quick. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, let's go ahead and start moving our soldiers into position. We'll move Chavez over there. We're gonna move
That object is different from the others.
Ivanov over
It
here.
does not appear to be the same type of pod we've seen used by the aliens during their abduction operations. We may gain new insights if we recover it.
This appears to be a containment device of some kind. We can only assume it has an internal self-destruct mechanism like the other alien equipment. Although it must have already been disabled somehow.
Yes, I wonder why, Dr. Shat.
Intel confirms enemy activity in this area.
Alright. So let's go ahead and grab this meld. It's just a left click to collect, but that doesn't take any action, so it's kind of like working in the same similar mechanics of a transmitter back in the other missions of the series.
There may be additional canisters like this one in the area. The more we can recover, the more we'll learn about what's inside them.
As you can see there, that was the meld directional.
Any others you
It
find
functions
still
similar
have
to
operational self-destruct modules.
the enemy detection directional, but that's for the meld. Alright, so far so good. We don't see anybody just yet. Let's move our... Maybe we can move into this little restaurant. Also, this is a new map. There's a lot of new maps in the game now, and I feel like there's enough maps that it definitely revitalizes the game. It's not the same map over
witnessing
and over.
something never before seen in recorded history.
It's too bad they came here with hostile intentions. Alright, let's get our troops into positions for Overwatch. We're gonna take down this sectoid.
Heading out.
Move you up to this corner. Everybody's gonna go into Overwatch.
I've got my eyes on.
After that, scanning. On Overwatch.
Up there you can see in the corner, we don't know how many turns left on that meld container has before it self-destructs. But once we see it, it'll give us the counter. Unfortunately, our first of our troops missed their shots. Hopefully our Alpha team back at base will do much better on their missions later on.
Taken care of.
Alright, looks like we scored ourselves a kill. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Let's see. Chavez.
Their weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Yeah, this wasn't actually a mission per se. It was just some of our troops making an ice cream run over in Nigeria.
I'm on it, Commander. Visual on the goods.
Top-notch ice cream. Alright, so we got 6 turns to recover that meld. That's no problem, because our troops are pretty close by. Is there a rooftop on this place? Yes, there is. So it looks like we might be able to get some Overwatch from up there.
The self-destruct mechanism is still intact and
So let's go ahead and
You need
move
to move quickly to recover it before it's too late.
our soldier up to the roof. While he's busy with that, we're gonna put you on Overwatch, move you up to over here, and put you on Overwatch as well, Penny. Alright. I'm seeing some low frame rate drops, but it's not as bad as before. Alright, let's see, what do we got now? I hear the battle music. Something's near.
On my way.
Here they come.
Ah, there he is. Alright, he's running off. Do we still have him in sight? No, we don't. Okay, we're just gonna put you in Overwatch. Chavez, why don't you go take cover by that little cardboard cutout of the cow and ice cream, because that's full cover. Alright, you do see people. I mean, not people, but aliens. 2 of them, in fact. One of them is moving around the side of a truck, but you do see this one over here. Why don't you go ahead and take a shot at it?
Nailed him.
Nice shot. This is a very nice ice cream run, guys. I'm very proud of you. I'm gonna slowly move up on this one. I know he's at the side of the truck over there. Is this a... Let's see if we get a shot from over here. Yep, we got one, and it's a flanking shot too. Let's go for that shot. Take him down. Oh, you missed. Alright, we're gonna see if Penny can make this shot.
Heading to that location.
Also, another thing that I do like about this game is that the dialogue for your troopers are more variety.
Dead.
Very nice. It's a critical flank shot. And now all we need to do is recover that meld, and I believe this tutorial will be finished. If not, there might be another sectoid. It's been a while since I played, actually. That's a dash over there. Is anybody around that... No, we'll have to wait another turn to get that meld, but... Alright, we'll just move Chavez over there. Doesn't look like there's any more sectoids running about, so... But we can't be too careful, not with Enemy Within, because the difficulty has been somewhat ramped up with their new enemies. So we'll go into Overwatch with the rest of them, and it looks like nothing happened, but we still have the battle music, so I'm somewhat worried, but let's grab that meld.
Got the goods.
We came here for the ice cream.
Commander. Recovering this material should give us a leg up on whatever it is the aliens are developing. I'm sure the doctors will be eager to get started.
Oh, I'm quite sure the doctors will be quite eager to study this new meld substance. Anyway, so we completed the mission, blinding shroud, 3 aliens killed, no operatives lost, and 2 canisters recovered. Let's bring him home. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself on Enemy Within. Don't get me wrong, if I sound a little off-put, it's because it's still been an early morning. I'm going through a lot of bad news and whatnot. You guys probably have seen my video log about it, but it definitely does make me feel better when I can do a recording for you guys. So let's get to it. See what we get back at base.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander. I'm Central
Thank you,
Officer
Bradford.
My role in this
I already
project
know
is
your name.
twofold:
I've read all the
providing
bios.
tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks.
I already
I'll let
know
you get
what
to
your
it.
assignment is, Bradford. I don't need you to tell me every little detail. Alright. So let's get to the barracks, assign some promotions.
Looks like they're really taking care of business down there, and without so much as a scratch.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is waiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
Thank you, Dr. Fowler. Alright. Anyway, so let's see. Our new research available. We have xenobiology, weapon fragments, and alien materials, and meld recombinations. So there are new researchers in the game. We have 3 sectoid corpses, 6 weapon fragments, and 20 meld. Not bad. I'm actually going to stop the recording real quick because Fraps is acting up a little funny here, so let me check that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I actually had a quick problem. The game crashed on me before I had a chance to save, so I had to replay through the meld tutorial real quick. Not much happened, but we do have a different set of people that we started off with. I already took care of the customizations. I just need to assign some promotions, but pretty much the same thing happened. Nobody got hurt or anything, so let's go ahead and take a look at our soldiers. So I've already done some customizations. I've already named a couple of them after some of you guys. Our first four include Jason, Kyle, John, and Sam. They are going to be the 4 starters for our Alpha team. We also have our 2 other members of our previous Alpha team from the Enemy Unknown series, Michael Lavdis and Nicole Schulz. We also have some members ready up for Bravo team. We have Mike Ingriel for that. We got Kathy. We got Richard Collins, which is actually one of our newer recruits. He sent me a message asking to volunteer into the project, and we're happy to have him, and he's going to be joining up with Bravo. Unfortunately, we don't have any other members that I want to rename because, well, I actually don't have that many female viewers that have volunteered for this, so I've just named these. I just left these 2 as default. But as soon as we get more recruits, I'll be naming them after the others that have volunteered. So let's go ahead and assign these promotions to our troops. We'll start off with Jason here. As you can see, he's already all customized. There's another new thing with customization and color tinting. Now the color tint that's assigned to your armor, it's also assigned to your weapons, which is a nice aesthetic.
The support class provides that intangible edge our squads need. They make everyone around them better.
Alright, we unlocked the support training with a smoke grenade for Jason. Let's move on to Kyle.
The assault class serves as our front line. They're the first ones into a fight, and the last ones out.
That is true, and he's got his run and gun ability for the assaults.
Our snipers specialize in dealing massive amounts of damage from afar, but without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
And we got our headshot ability for John, as he is our sniper. And lastly, Sam with her rockets. Ooh, bit of a lag issue here.
The heavy weapons specialist provides a crucial service to the squad. With the rocket launcher in tow, there are demolitions experts.
Alright, with our promotions squared away, let's go ahead and head over to the research lab, otherwise the AI is going to constantly call for me.
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Farlan. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
As always, Dr. Valen, you always have my approval. So let's go ahead and start some research. So we do have xenobiology, weapon fragments, alien materials, and meld recombinations. But I'm gonna start off with... should I? Now, as you can see, research is a lot longer for a lot of our stuff. So stuff that might have used to take 3 days is now pushed up to 8 days, which slows us down a bit.
Commander to engineering.
I think we're gonna go into weapon fragments, because we're gonna need the scopes for our troopers.
I agree. That does seem to be the most pressing of our current research options. We'll begin immediately. I will notify you when a complete report is available.
Thank you, Dr. Fowler. Let's head over to engineering.
I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking
Always
of
busy.
which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Very good, Dr. Shun. Let's go ahead and take a look. Go ahead, buy a med kit for Jason. Right now we don't have much. We can't make satellites, but I won't worry about that right now. We're gonna get some med kits so that Jason can heal our troops on the field. We're gonna get one for now. Engineers influence the cost of your in the build buy item section, so the more engineers, the cheaper the stuff are. So it's always nice to have that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our facilities.
Up here, but if we really want to expand our facilities, we're going to have to start excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately,
yes.
The deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
Yes, that is true. So, as you can see in these already open areas, we can build our facilities. You probably already know this, but just in case if you're new to the channel, I want to make sure I cover my bases. So, right now, all we can really build is a power generator, which is a bad spot right there, because I want to use these for adjacency bonuses for our satellites. I might use these as our power outlets. We might start off with a thermal generator if we have the money for it, but we won't worry about that until we are ready. So let's go ahead and head to mission control and do some scanning. Alright, alien abductions. Let's take a look.
Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
Thank you, Bradford. Alright, so let's take a look. We have Australia, Perth, Australia, Mendoza, Argentina, Cairo, Egypt. Egypt is offering us 4 scientists. It's a mission difficulty of easy with a rating of 1 panic. 1 panic. So, okay, all 3 of them are low panic right now. Argentina is at a moderate difficulty, but they're offering us 4 engineers, and Perth, Australia is offering us 200 credits easy. Now let's take a look at the big picture here. While Mendoza, Argentina is of a mission difficulty of moderate and it will be tougher, they only have 2 countries if we ignore them. With Egypt, we already have the bonus for Africa, so we're not too worried about them, but that's 3 countries affected. But if we ignore Asia, that's 4 countries affected, so in the long run, Asia will be more of a trouble, more panicked if we don't take care of them early. And also 200 credits is not bad early in the game, so let's go ahead and take that. We're heading to Australia. Also, the loadout on the mission bar is a little more simplified. You actually see the item. There's also make items available button, which is something that has been so useful. It's when you don't have to hunt your items down. So let's go ahead and reset everybody onto the team. We'll get Kyle in. Where's Jason? Get Sam. Most of you who've been watching the XCOM series, you know that I am a little bit OCD. Let's go ahead and give Jason his medkit. Oh wait, that's the customization. Go to loadout. Alright, now that he's set, let's go ahead and start the mission. We don't have our officer size increases just yet, so we need to reach the ranks for that. So let's go ahead and send our men out to Australia.
Touching down.
Alright, let's begin our assault.
Australia has sent a number of requests for assistance, so that's our next drop site. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
Alright, so we have Operation Broken Fodder. We have alien abductions in Perth, Australia. We need to neutralize all hostile targets and locate secure meld canisters, which we'll need to do. So let's get on that. Alright, let's launch this mission. As you can see, we do have new animations, so we do have a repelling scene from leaving the Sky Ranger now, which is a very nice touch. I like it. Bit of a graphical glitch there. Alright, Fraps is acting up again. Let me check that real quick. Alright, let's get to it. We do not know the locations of either of the meld canisters, but if we can hurry up and find them, we can secure them, or if we can eliminate all of the enemies in the area, we can gather the meld that way. Let's go ahead and move John up onto the roof. Hopefully he can spot something from up here, but maybe behind that unit over there. Could go up to this roof and then, you know, that might be better because I see a little AC unit. He could take cover over there, so he's gonna move up there. While he's taking care of that, we are going to have Kyle. Should we move Kyle? Well, let's move into the store.
Location confirmed.
Yeah, we're gonna have everybody else go into the store. There's a lot more cover in there and it's more direct route. We're gonna move Kyle over here.
On the move.
Okay, there was a door that was open, Kyle, but smashing through a window is perfectly fine. And Jason, let's have you move right next to Sam. Alright, I hear them. Let's not move John just yet. Okay, there's a meld directional sound, but I don't see it. Maybe it was John that detected it. If so, I missed it. Alright, Kyle, why don't you move up to this stand over here. There's some cover. And there's two sectoids right there. Alright, they've run off. Alright, but you still have them in your sights. You have 34% on that one, but let's switch to your pistol, see what you get. You got a 50 on him, and a 30 on him. Well, let's hold off on your shots for now. Let's see if the others can get an angle. Sam, can you get anything from over here? Alright, you see both of them, that's good. But you only have a 27 on that one. That good. Alright, Jason. Get behind that counter. If possible, we're gonna have you take out the one over there. Very nice job.
Dead and gone.
Alright. Kyle has a shot on that one. John won't be able to do anything about it, so we'll just have him dash over to the AC unit for cover. Oh, he does see it. Oh, well, that's not good. Let's hope that we get the kill then. Actually, what I could do... Kyle, why don't you go ahead and switch to your shotgun again. We're gonna use our run and gun.
Going in for the kill.
How far can we go? Only out there and you'll be out in the open. Let's move you up to the side of this wall. Right, you have 30% from here. Alright, take that shot.
No longer a threat.
Alright, nice shot. Nice shot. Alright, Sam going to Overwatch. Alright, nothing so far. Haven't seen any meld canisters. John doesn't see anything from up there anymore. So let's get moving. Jason, let's have you move up to this window.
I'm on the move. Alien object inside.
Oh, we see one of the meld canisters. We got 3 turns to recover that. We gotta get moving.
Scanning.
Sam, let's get you moving to that police car. I don't see anything else, so we'll move Kyle over there as well. As much as I hate clustering people together. But it's still early in game, so I'm not worried about grenades, but I am worried about them setting a car on fire and it exploding. Alright, John, why don't you dash down over here? Spent all that time running up there, and you end up still having to run back down. Alright, looks like they're coming from that direction. Nobody sees anything. Oh, meld canister seems to be in this direction over here, but I don't see it. Alright, so... Alright, looks like Sam can reach that meld canister, so that one's safe for now. And we got contacts. And they're branching off.
Got it.
Alright, Sam, grab that meld. We don't have to worry about that one anymore. You have 27% on both of them. Can anybody get a better shot?
Aye, aye, Commander.
Kyle sees both of them. He's got 1% over there and 1% over there. That's not that good. Let's switch to your pistol. 30 and 30. That's better than Sam at least. Maybe we can get Jason.
Roger that.
Jason won't be able to see anything from here, but he will be able to provide a smoke grenade for cover. Move John down here to overwatch with his pistol in case they make a run towards us. Yep, there's one of them right there. Alright, John, you have 35% on that sectoid. Let's go ahead and have Kyle take a shot at that one. Alright, nice job, Kyle. Sam, can you finish that one? No, you missed, unfortunately. Alright, John, let's hope you get the shot over here. You have a 35% chance. Let's get that shot. Nice shot, John. Nice shot. Alright, now, Jason, I want you to throw your smoke grenade, cover the other two. Now, the nice thing about the area effect stuff now is it actually shows you what it's going to affect. So, as you can see, our troops are outlined in red, which is really nice, because you used to have to guess if they were in the radius. Alright, so they should have a little defense buff there, so we'll be safe from the shots, hopefully. Alright, that sectoid's on the move. And he's in Overwatch, well that's not good. Well, I don't want our units taking unnecessary damage running into an Overwatch shot. Can we chuck a grenade over there? Just barely make it. Tell you what, we're gonna hold our positions, go into Overwatch. John, get your sniper out.
Overwatch, aye, aye.
Kyle, you can still see him. Why don't you go ahead and take a shot at him? Missed.
That is not good.
Jason, really can't do much with you. Just put you in Overwatch. Alright, he's taking a shot at Sam.
Taking fire over here.
It misses, that's good. Alright.
On my way.
Let's see, let's move Jason up. See if he can take the shot. You got a 30% chance, Jason. Let's see what a pistol. Although it wouldn't kill him, it wouldn't do enough. Alright, go with your rifle. Ah, you missed.
Shot wide.
Alright, John doesn't see anything. Alright, this is a risky move. I'm gonna move Sam out into the open. Alright, you got a 29%. He's still in heavy cover. Nice job, Sam. Nice job. And we collected the other canister before it self-destructed. That's good.
Good work out there, Strike One.
If I may, Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Thank you, Dr. Valen. Alright, so Operation Broken Fodder is done. We killed 4 aliens, we didn't lose anybody, and recovered both meld canisters. Alright, let's bring these home.
Commander to the Situation Room. Commander to the Situation.
Our troops really came through on this one. I'm glad everyone made it back safely.
I am too, Dr. Fallon. Alright, so Operation Broken Fodder. They also made it harder to level up your troops now, so it's going to be more difficult to get us our ranks. So we managed to recover 4 sectoid corpses, 8 weapon fragment, and 20 more meld. So we were successful in Australia. We gained our reward of 200 credits, but panic has increased across Africa and South America, like I said.
Commander.
Situation Room. Commander to the
Alright, let's head to the
Every
situation
member of the
room.
Council is going to want satellite coverage, so we should plan our deployments carefully.
Yes. Alright. So as you can see, here's our panic rating for across the world. We do have panic increase across these countries here. As much as I would hate to say it, I really don't need Egypt or South Africa because I already have the bonus of all in for the Africa continent bonus. So if I lose these two, I'd just be losing out on the country credits for the monthly income, but that's about it. So that's the worst case scenario, I don't get these two. Oops. We'll launch our satellites at the end of the month though. In the meantime, we do have more money to work with, so let's see if we can
We've still got some room to
build
grow up here.
a satellite
But if we really
uplink.
want to expand our
No,
facilities,
we require 10
we're going to have
engineers
to
for
start
that.
excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately,
And
the
I
deeper
think
we go,
at the moment
more
we
it's going
only
to cost.
have... Wait, did Dr. Shen already say this before? Oh, not sure. And right now we only have 2 satellites. One at the ready to be launched, but we would need more satellites to do anything else. I think I might wait out a little more in case we get more engineers and we get a lowered cost. But for now, I think that's a good spot to end off the episode. So that is it for episode 1 of XCOM Enemy Within. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!